Sunday night, but there's a big week that's coming up this week. It's starting early on Monday, so if you have a little time tonight to take a little bit of action, you know, and send an email, that would be great, because they are at it again. So, and we will try later this week if we need to keep doing more, if we need to do some more updates, we'll try and keep that going. So first of all, we've got the voter revenge, or the silence the voters. This is Senate Bill 1159. It is going before the Senate Affairs Committee tomorrow, Monday the 11th at 8 a.m. So this is something that they shoved onto the agenda late last week. In fact, they announced it would be added to the agenda after the press had already gone home, because they I mean, there's not a whole lot you can say here. I mean, we're talking about, this is a session so that I cannot remember, you know, either growing up here or since I've moved back here, I cannot remember a session where we have had so many people actively working against, so many of our legislators, so many of our representatives, working against we the people. Like, this is insanity. Every time you turn around, they are doing something that's just either outright harmful, whether it's a failure to protect our children, or whether it's stuff to try, you know, failure to protect our children, failure to protect our LGBTQ plus citizens, whether it is trying to silence us further. I mean, every time you turn around this session, it is kind of ridiculous, and this is the kind of thing that we're seeing. So the Senate Bill 1159, they are upset because, you know, voter initiative, and they did this already before, back when the Luna laws were overturned. They made it harder to get things on the ballot. We went ahead, we did it anyway with Medicaid expansion, because they spent 6 years doing nothing. No matter how much we asked, they did nothing. And so we finally got it on there, and now Senator Scott Grow has his own idea, which is make it even harder than it already is. So right now, citizens have 18 months to obtain signatures from 6% of registered voters in 18 of Idaho's 35 legislative districts. So that's what it is right now, and that is a hard task as it is. And the Medicaid expansion people were true heroes. It was a true grassroots, citizen-led event. It was also a bipartisan effort. So that's the other thing. So that was a bipartisan effort, and you know, they did more. They went above and beyond. But so basically Scott Grow looked at it and said, hey, how can we make this even harder? So the new bill says that citizens only have 6 months to obtain signatures from 10% of registered voters in 32 of Idaho's 35 districts. So as you can see, they're actually making it even harder for citizen initiatives to make it on to the ballot. So that's what they're trying to do tomorrow morning. It's going to be in the Senate Affairs Committee. If you look over here in the description, you will see a list of emails for the members of that committee. So send them a quick email, ask them to please hold this in committee. You will see, you might notice, we do have some Democrats on that committee, Michelle Stennett, Sherry Breckner-Webb. I know that they will be against this for sure. And so, you know, go ahead and send them some encouragement, and just check and see. I mean, look and see. So here in Bonneville County, you know, Mark Harris is in a neighboring district. Brent Hill is in District 34. So go ahead, send them emails, let them know who you are, that you are opposed to this, and that you do not want to see this out of committee. There is no reason for this to get out of committee. They've already made it very difficult for citizens to get initiatives on the ballot, and they are slowly trying to chip away at our constitutional rights. The Idaho Constitution places voters and ballot initiatives equally with the legislature. That is our Constitution, and the legislature is making a power grab. Or at least Scott Grow is trying, you know, at least Senator Scott Grow is trying to institute a power grab on behalf of the legislature. So we are the citizens, we are their equals. Let them know that we do not need any more restrictions on our ability to get stuff on the ballot. And most of the time, citizen initiatives on the ballot, you know, we only do it when something is grossly wrong, when the state legislature is doing something grossly wrong. So the Luna laws were overturned because of ballot initiative. And the state legislature did nothing about affordable health care for 6 years. We asked them to. There were working groups, there were solutions proposed, and they did nothing for 6 years. And now they're telling us that we are supposed to sit back and let them do nothing again next time. So let them know that this is not acceptable, and it's certainly not acceptable to try and sneak it in early on a Monday morning after adding it to the agenda late Friday night. So that is ridiculous, and that is unacceptable, and let them know. Now we've got the Medicaid expansion sideboards. Thanks to everybody who testified in Boise. Thanks to everybody who sent emailed testimony to the committee. The House Health and Welfare Committee has decided to postpone the vote, which is awesome. So make sure. So it's still going to be in committee for now, but this is House Bill 249. This is in the House Health and Welfare Committee. I've got the email addresses for the folks, whatever. Yes, the email addresses for the folks on that Health and Welfare Committee. We still need to keep the pressure up. They still haven't voted on it. We will be watching that. So, don't go too far, because when they are ready to make that vote, when they are ready to put it back into committee, we're going to try and find out about it. It's hard to keep on top of this because they are always changing things, they're always moving things around, and they're always trying to pull a fast one. Because the reality is they do these things on issues that they know Idahoans feel strongly about, and they're trying to keep us from being there, like these 8 a.m. hearings that are just like last minute, these votes that they hold hastily. This is all part of them knowing. They know, okay? They are very aware of how Idahoans feel about many of these issues, and so they are just trying to get it through as quickly as possible and hope we won't notice. So go ahead, let them know. So the people, the folks on the committee to really concentrate on with this House Bill 249, Vanderwoode is the one who introduced this bill with the sideboards, the so-called sideboards. Also, Brian Zollinger has been in favor of them. Right now, he is pushing kind of what they're calling an opinion poll, but it was run by a dark money group out of Florida, a PAC out of Florida. So he's getting his money from there. Reclaim Idaho has some really interesting information about that, as well as the fact that he makes his money from folks who can't afford their medical debt. So there might be a conflict of interest there, so that's something to keep in mind as well. Also, this Saturday, the 16th at 10 a.m., if you can make it up to Rexburg, District 34, the legislators from District 34 are having a town hall. So one of the things that I have really admired about District 34, and especially by Representative Britt Raybould, is she has been instrumental in spearheading town halls up in District 34, up in Rexburg at the Madison County Courthouse. So this is really great. The thing that I really admire about Representative Raybould is that she will talk to you and listen to you and actually really consider your opinion, and she is willing to listen to opinions that are opposite of hers in a town hall setting. So this is what I really like about her. I like that she is encouraging these town halls. I like that they are holding them at least once a month during the legislative session. So that's super great. So if you can make it up there, please go up there. I will actually be out of town this weekend, so I can't make it, which is kind of a bummer for me because I do like to attend these when possible. But if you can make it up there, please attend. Please let them know, your thoughts and, what you think about how things are going in the legislature. So do that. And while you're at it, there's some contact information. Whatever. Yay. There's some contact information there as well, linked to our Bonneville County representatives. Now, some of them are District 34, some of them are District 32. But while you're at it, just kind of contact our District 30 and District 33 legislators. Ask them why they're not interested in town halls. Why they're not interested in holding a town hall. Why they don't want to interact with their citizens. Why they basically want to hide from them. I know that Representatives Ehart and Representative Zollinger refused to do one-on-one forums with their opponents. last fall, so they refused to do one-on-one forums moderated by the League of Women Voters. So perhaps that's something you could also ask Representatives Ehart and Zollinger, why they're not interested in getting out there, why they're not interested in interacting with their constituents in a forum or a town hall setting, and kind of encourage them to do that. I mean, I love that District 34 is so interactive and so willing to talk to their constituents. So there is that. Number 4, join us for a Central Committee meeting. That is next week. It is March 19th, 7 p.m. at the library. We got some plans for issues, town halls, and other events. If you want to join the messaging committee, if you want to help out with some of our social, some of our website stuff, make sure that you join us so that we can so we have the person power to plan them and pull them off. And then, of course, tickets for the Truman Banquet are available on Eventbrite. You can actually pay online or you can pay at the door. So the situation this year is that there are going to be limited amount of tickets because we have it's a slightly smaller space. And unlike last year where we had a stage that we could add extra tables to, that's not going to happen this year. So go ahead and get your tickets, get them as quickly as possible. If you want to buy a table of 8, go ahead, order 8 tickets at a time, and then somebody will reach out to you and make sure that you have that table. So if you want a specific table, go ahead and order 8 tickets for that whole table, and we'll make sure that you have a table. So yeah, so thank you so much. Please get out there. Please keep fighting. I know it's frustrating that we have to keep doing this, especially with Medicaid expansion, since we already passed it, it's already law, and these guys are just trying to muck it up. So I know it's frustrating, I know it's rough, but we have to keep fighting, we have to be on top of it because our representatives are actively working against us in many cases, and rather than actually work on our best interests or work with us or try and find solutions together, they're just trying to shut us out. And so we need to make sure that we don't let them. If we are going to maintain our rights as citizens, if we are going to maintain our governance as citizens, we have to be engaged and we have to keep fighting. So thank you so much for all you do. And well, and I hope to see you out there fighting and working together in solidarity for an even better Idaho.